So Freakier Friday brings back Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan in the long-awaited sequel after 22 years. Mom, Tess Coleman, and daughter Anna Coleman from the first film are back after their experience of swapping bodies in the first film. This movie shows us where they are now. Anna, working in the music industry as a music producer who gave up on her dream of being a rock star due to having a child, is now a, by choice, single mother, which is the way they phrased it in the film. Why they don't just say divorced, I don't really know. There's no talk of an ex-husband or anything, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Tess is still married to Ryan, played by Mark Harmon, and is that quirky grandmother that she plays beautifully in this film. She does a podcast in her closet talking about rebellious children, essentially, and is sort of this micromanaging mom and grandma to her daughter and granddaughter. When Anna, is it Anna or Anna? Is it Anna? When Anna meets Eric, played by Manny Jacinto, we get a great dating montage, which I actually kind of enjoyed, thought was cute. And in the next 5 minutes, they're planning a wedding. The only problem is that Eric has a daughter, Lily, played by Sophia Hammons, who Anna's daughter, Harper, played by Julia Butters, absolutely hates and, of course, doesn't want to be related to in any way, shape, or form.
Why is taking so long? We wouldn't want to be off schedule, innit?
But the marriage would also lead Anna and Harper to move to London, leaving California behind, the place Harper loves and is home due to the fact that it's not only her hometown, but where she's an avid surfer. Long story short, Anna and Tess meet a fortune teller, Madame Jen, played by the hilarious Vanessa Bayer, who ends up unintentionally leading them to swap bodies again. But instead of Anna and Tess swapping, it's Anna and Harper, and Tess and soon-to-be granddaughter-in-law Lily. Why Lily and Tess? I don't really know. Probably because they wanted Tess and Anna again to be in the same situation, and Anna and Harper obviously makes sense, so they had to do something with Tess.
Oh my gosh, I've died! I killed myself!
The thing that really works in this film is Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. They are fantastic together again and work so well together. It's great to see Lohan again on camera in a big budget film again, taking the lead and doing a great job. I'm really rooting for her to make a comeback in a huge way. I would love to see her like in a Paul Thomas Anderson movie or a movie where she could potentially win an Oscar, because I think she really has the ability. I think she's grown a lot in her abilities as an actress, and she's a lot of fun to watch in this film, so I hope this leads to bigger things. And of course, Curtis is such a diverse and talented actress that can pull off pretty much any role, and I love watching her in almost anything, except Borderlands. The film environments feel very clean and new and Disney-ish, almost like every set piece or California exterior is on a Disney World street where the colors are bright and vivid. Everything smells like warm chocolate chip cookies. Even in a scene where the two girls are in detention and are scraping gum off the football field bleachers feels unnaturally clean, and the gum is bright and vivid. It feels very Disney Channel-like, but I can't complain because the original feels the same way, and with other films like Clueless, it's kind of a look. But in Clueless's defense, it was kind of a contrast to Cher's bright, clean world compared to when she ends up in the valley. It was trying to say something. Not a huge deal here. It tracks with that comedy look from 2003. The film is sort of confusing at first, trying to nail down who's who and whose body. And the two girls who play the Anna and Tess personas weren't really that convincing to me. And I kept kind of forgetting that they even were Tess and Anna, whatever, in teenage form a lot of the film. I didn't see a lot of Anna's and Tess's personas in these two performances, but Lohan and Curtis absolutely nail the girls' personas perfectly. At times, they do seem a little over the top, like a scene where Lily, as Tess, is checking out a teenage boy.
Hi!
Hi. Nice car.
It's totally mine.
You think he's cute?
I do not.
You totally
Stop. I do not.
Yes, you do.
I do not.
Absolutely do.
Shut up.
She thinks you're cute.
I do not.
Yes, she does.
I do.
She so does.
I do.
Thanks.
Dr. Coleman? That's my therapist!
But it's a great, really funny scene and it has to be over the top, I think, for it to work. The film has a lot of funny moments that I really enjoyed, but also a lot of moments that try to be funny, but are cheesy and not really executed well and fall kind of flat, or the jokes are kind of outdated. There are a lot of old people jokes, and I mean a lot of old people jokes. Tess has so many jokes as Lily adjusts to being inside an older person's body, and a lot of them are really funny.
She just has crevices all over her face. Look at the crevices!
But the character relies on all these over-the-top, at times cliche old people jokes that, yeah, I agree, should be in there. But when you get to the adult diaper joke that's been used time and time again, you gotta move on. And yeah, of course I laughed, but these jokes were kind of expected, and I need more of these unexpected jokes in films like these. The jokes seem to go on, even though they landed the first or second time. They keep going. Like when Tess is trying to hide her identity in a record shop by holding these records in front of her face with covers of huge faces like Madonna or Janet Jackson or whoever, as she's trying to communicate with Anna. Oh, Anna, making her look like it's her head. But the joke goes on and on and on and loses its cleverness after 5 minutes of this joke that keeps dragging. End the joke and go off on a high note. Enjoy the laugh you got and move on to something new. You have to keep the jokes fresh, mainly because the story has been told so many times, like the original Freaky Friday, Father Like Son, Vice Versa, The Hot Chick, The Change Up, Freaky, Face Off, Dream a Little Dream, Switch, Get Out. I mean, there's so many of these things. And yeah, I still love the idea of being in somebody else's shoes and this fish out of water story. But if you do it, it has to give you the unexpected. Freaky did that really well.
It's me, it's Millie. Hail, hail, blissfield, high, fill our glory and our might.
There is a fun scene that was sort of unexpected where Anna's old love interest Jake is still obsessed with Tess, based off of some of the events from the first film, which I thought was a bold move, but I think that it works and it was pretty funny, and I like how bold they went with it. The film does have a lot of heart and ends how you'd expect this film to end, but it lands the plane in a heartfelt, sentimental way that leaves you feeling good and leaves you with thoughts on empathy, love, family, acceptance, and tolerance. This film does give you what you expect it to give you, and at times a few surprises in the comedic realm that you weren't necessarily expecting. It's not a great movie, but it's not a bad movie either. It has some fun moments, and it has some moments that really drag. It takes a while for them to actually switch bodies, or like the detention scene that brings back a fun character from the first film, but the scene that cuts back and forth between Tess and Anna and the two girls in detention goes on way too long. It felt like the writers didn't know what to do with these characters while we were enjoying the trip we were having with Tess and Anna. So they stuck the two girls in detention just to get them out of the way. This movie is great for fans of the original film and for moms and daughters, I think, to see together. I think that it's catered to both a younger generation, but also to the generation who grew up with this film. Lohan and Curtis are not in the background in this film at all. They are absolutely the stars, and this didn't feel like a legacy sequel, but a real sequel to the events of the first film. Freakier Friday works in a lot of ways, and Lohan and Curtis absolutely steal the show and are a lot of fun to watch. The rest of the film is fine, but without these actresses, you have sort of a generic film, maybe that you've seen before. You have jokes that go on way too long and some scenes that are sort of cliche, like a school food fight scene. But it's also sweet and innocent, where you don't mind the silliness of the cliche jokes and scenes because it's that type of film. I mean, if you love the original, you'll love this too, probably. And if you're not a fan, you'll still love Lohan and Curtis. I'm giving Freakier Friday 3 stars out of 5 for all these reasons. I had a pretty good time watching this film, a film that I didn't really care about, so I didn't really want to see it. But I actually want to know your thoughts on Freakier Friday. Does it live up to the original, or is it the same old bag of tricks in different bodies? I want to hear from the original fans who loved the first film. Talk to me in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you want to hear more from me and what I think about the latest movies hitting theaters. And remember, don't wait till it streams. Let's go to the theater and let's see it together.
Fix it, Ed?
Yes. Isn't that toothpaste for old people?
Oh, Oh, this is for when you lose your teeth.
I'm gonna lose my